This is going to be the most interesting way that I ever started a vlog. Y'all, I am supposed to be at this very moment at the airport getting ready to board a flight to Boston to visit my best friend and her family. And then on Saturday or Friday, I don't remember which day, we plan to head to Vermont to go skiing. Only about maybe a 2-hour drive away from their house in Boston. Girl, I am never early for the airport. When I tell you never, I mean never. But I had a call at 4, flight left at 6. And I said, let me just get to the airport early, get seated so I can take my call. Go through, you know, check in, check my bag. And I never check a bag either, but I did it this time because I had, like, you know, a ski suit, ski boots, the whole thing. Girl, I am going downstairs at the airport, getting ready to go through the clear line. And I mean, like, I see the clear line, I'm taking steps. My best friend Margot calls me and she's like, hey. I say, hey girl, you know, I'm at the airport. And she's like, well, my husband just tested positive for COVID. The Coronita girl, Omarion. When I tell you sis is out here in these streets. So I politely went back upstairs to the ticket counter, told them the situation. They were able to, like, cancel my flight, and I have to now wait for about an hour or so to get my luggage because it had already been checked in. So I'm ready to just pick me up. We live literally 10 minutes away from the airport. There is some kind of discrepancy based upon CDC guidelines, whether or not, if you've already been infected within a 90-day period, whether or not you can get reinfected. Listen, I am not Dr. Fauci. I am not a medical expert. What I do know is that it is important for me to make decisions that are safe. And so y'all know that I battled with the Coronita in December, and I'm not trying to see her again. Who is she? I don't know her. I'm not doing it. Ray's getting back in the car. Babe, I'm just telling them about the situation.
The fact that you keeping your ass at the house.
But I'm not staying home.
Oh, gosh.
Ray would love if I stayed home, because what I decided was this would be a great time for me to take a spontaneous trip based upon my 40 for 40 list. Now, today's vlog was supposed to start off with me telling you more about the 40 for 40, but I just wanted to check in really quick now while the emotions were still very real from my impromptu canceled flight. When I get home, I'll set up the tripod and we will have a full discussion about the 40 for 40 and how I am going to reroute this trip, take the negative and turn it into a positive, and still remain in alignment with the 40 for 40 mission.
Hallelujah.
BRB. It has been a very, very wild day, y'all. But as I mentioned earlier, when life gives you lemons, sometimes you gotta try to make lemonade, or in my case, you take the lemons, you squeeze them, you add gin or your brandy of choice or bourbon, and then you add simple syrup and some champagne and you make a French 75, all right? So in the spirit of a French 75, child, guess where we are headed now? Not Vermont, not Boston. We are going in the other direction, and we are headed to, drumroll please, San Juan, Puerto Rico. Listen, can't nobody hold me back. Can't nobody take my pride. Oh no, I gotta keep on moving, girl. I'm not. Here's my thing. 2022. I am going to live my life in a spirit of abundance and also limitlessness, because my life is abundant and it is limitless. And so, you know, we put all of these conditions on ourselves. You know, I work for myself. I got a couple dollars in the bank. If I want to get up and go somewhere, that's just what I'm going to do. And so completely impromptu trip. I literally decided 2 hours ago that I was going to Puerto Rico. And as such, I've taken my flight credits from my trip to Boston and Vermont and applied them to a flight tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, leaving for Puerto Rico and coming back on Sunday. It was important to me that I still came back on Sunday, even though at the time of me filming this, it's over the long MLK weekend, because I do want to get back and just kind of ease into my week and spend time with Ray, who's going to be off from work on Monday. So of course I'm now planning for a completely different climate, and I need to pack. Actually not looking forward to tonight because I am a very type A planner, and so I need to sit here and actually think about what I need. Honestly, I think in the same way that the trip was impromptu, I need to kind of relinquish some of my control around packing. And girl, and just throw some bikinis, some bathing suits in a bag, and a cute little cover up, a caftan, and keep it moving, okay? I am actually staying at a hotel that I'll tell y'all more about or show you tomorrow that is going to be pretty special, because it actually is a hotel that I had a trip planned to go visit with me, my mom, my aunt, and my cousin for my mom's birthday. And unfortunately, mom ended up getting diagnosed with breast cancer about 4 years ago, and so we had to cancel the trip. And this is also like serendipitous to me because I got the last flight or the last seat on both of my flights, and I got the last room at the hotel that I had wanted to stay at years ago and had to cancel. So I'm like, God, is this you? I just feel like this is where I'm supposed to be right now. And so I'm gonna actually try to also go with the flow as far as the packing is concerned. So let me tell you all a little bit more about why I was so adamant about still using this weekend to travel. It is because I am preparing for what I call my 40 for 40, or I'm actually in the midst of my 40 for 40. I started planning last year in December. I shared with you all on Instagram. I said, hey y'all, I am planning to do 40 things that I've always wanted to do before my birthday on April 4th. What should I do? And people wrote me and gave me a whole bunch of just like very inspiring things to do. Actually, one of them was to book a spontaneous trip, so check. You know, I sat down and I thought long and hard about what would bring me joy and fulfillment. And so that list is available over on politicsandfashionblog.com. And I've had so many people who have said, girl, I'm about to do me a 25 for 25 or 30 for 30. You know, whatever it is that inspires you from that list, please do let me know, because I believe that we're part of a community, and it will be really dope to know like how we're vibrating on the same frequency. Like, what ways are you going to pour into yourself before your birthday or just all of 2022. So my list includes some things that I want to buy myself, like a new tote bag. It includes a lot of experiences like a mixology class. It includes some self-care like a lymphatic massage. It's just kind of what would make me be my best self is the question that I asked, and that's how I came up with this list. And one of the things that I also have really been wanting to do is just spend time alone. I actually want to go on a wellness retreat. And the hotel that I'm staying at, they do have some wellness services, so we'll see how I'm able to integrate that this weekend. But to be honest with you, I am more than happy to just stay at the hotel. It's just a few feet away from the beach. It's not beachside, but it sounds like it's pretty close. So I'll lay out on the beach, I'll relax, I'll eat at the hotel, I'll stay in my room, I'll shoot some content, who knows, I'll sip some Veuve Clicquot. I am just going to have a good time. Did I say that right? Is it Veuve Clicquot or Veuve Clicquot? Y'all don't come for me, because y'all be coming for me in the comments telling me how to pronounce stuff. Now these people ain't paying me. When they start paying me, then I'll figure out how to pronounce their names. I'm just kidding. I don't want to be that ignorant. I really don't. So yeah, sip a little champagne, a little French 75, okay? And just relax and have an amazing weekend. I am the kind of person, y'all, tell me down in the comments if you are as well, who really appreciates spending time with myself. And to be honest with you, sometimes that can be very difficult because I'm in a relationship with someone who is the exact opposite. Like, Ray is her happiest when we are together. I don't want to say I'm my happiest apart, because that would be antithetical to a relationship. but I can be content alone. I think that's a great way to say it. And sometimes I crave time alone, and I'm kind of in one of those seasons now, especially after quarantining for over 2 weeks. So I am about to get started with the packing. Again, try to keep it low key. Happily, I still have like my toiletries and things like that packed. Pull out a couple things that I haven't seen since this summer, blow off the dust, and get ready for Puerto Rico. So I will check in with you good people tomorrow. Headed to dinner. Let me show you all what I am wearing. I literally went into our spare bedroom closet, y'all, and just grabbed whatever I saw. Like, if it was the first thing there, that's what I grabbed without really paying a lot of attention to it. So bear with the OOTDs this weekend. I don't even know what's in the suitcase, girl. I told y'all that I was trying to just let go, and that's what I did, all right? So I'm wearing the big hoops. Y'all have seen a bunch of times. Those are from Israel. I am wearing a dress by Zara. I got this last year, I think. Barely wore it, but I love it because when Zara hits it out the park, they hit it out the park. And the fabric is really good on this. So I think it's like a linen blend, but it has spandex in it. So it stretches, which means it can get me here, like it fits the smallest part of my waist, but it also obviously fits the largest part of my body, slim thickums, okay, which is the hips. I am going to be carrying my micro bag in the evening. You probably are saying, what the hell fits in there? The necessities, okay? So I got my AirPods in here and my cards and my ID. And I was gonna wear a pair of heels, but I didn't like how they looked with the dress. And I only brought one pair of heels because it's the rest and relaxation trip. So I am going to wear my Bottega slides. These are the gold ones, y'all. They're new Bottega, but I got them from the outlet. I don't even know when they were in stores, but I have seen them on the resale market. So if I can find them, I will link them down below. That is the OOTD. Let's go get something to eat. By the way, obviously I have nowhere to hold the camera, and I'm going to be holding my phone in my hand, and so if there is a change in the continuity of the footage, just know that's because I am filming on my phone. Apologies in advance, but I think we're gonna make it work. All right, see y'all in a minute. Hey good people, I never know how to transition between days. Should I say good morning? Should I say welcome back? But y'all are already here, so it's weird, like this idea of time and talking to a camera, but then you're gonna see it and y'all are real people and we're communicating delayed but about the same things. It's a very meta experience vlogging. But I just say, hey girl, hey. We are back at it. Today is Saturday. You saw me arrive in San Juan, Puerto Rico yesterday, Friday. And last night I checked in with y'all before I went out to dinner. Found this really good restaurant called Lit. I'll make sure I link it down below for folks who are interested in coming to Puerto Rico. But when I arrived, first of all, the scenery is just so beautiful. I'm talking about plush green everywhere because we are in a tropical climate. I mean, there was no roof. Okay, restaurant ain't got no roof, and everything was just open. The air was so fresh, and I was sitting there kind of looking down at my phone, scrolling through, and I remembered that my word for the year is mindful. And so although I wanted to get more footage for y'all of the restaurant, I just put my phone away and became mindful. And the funny thing that happened was immediately when I put my phone down, I noticed that there was music playing. Music had been playing the entire time, but because I was immersed in my phone, I hadn't even recognized it. And it just reminded me of how many other things I missed throughout the day because I'm engrossed in something else, usually whatever is happening on my device. So I'm not judging myself. I'm being gentle with myself and being more conscious of my actions, and where I can, I'm choosing something different, girl. I'm gonna show y'all what I'm wearing. I do have my swimsuit on underneath, but I'm going to go get some sunblock, obviously eat, run a few other errands this morning to grab things that I forgot. And then we're gonna go to the beach, but I decided to go ahead and get ready, girl. So today's OOTD looks a little something like this. When I was getting ready for this trip, y'all, I realized that everything I put in my suitcase was by Farm Rio. I had to kind of edit it a little bit because I was like, Farm Rio they're not sponsoring this video. But just know that I could wear Farm Rio every day of vacation, okay? So this jumpsuit is by my friends at Farm Rio. It is 100% linen. It's almost kind of like, I guess, what would be considered a play suit, because as you can see, it kind of has this small kind of separation for the legs. If not, it looks like I'm just wearing a long linen shirt, which is pretty dope, but it is a jumpsuit. All right, I am wearing my sunnies by Free People. These ain't blocking no sun, girl. They're more for fashion, I'll be honest. It's the aesthetic on that, okay? But I love the light blue lens. I don't have a lot of light lens, just sunny, so love those. Necklaces are the same stack that y'all always see, okay? I am wearing Tiffany, and then this is a charm that was created by Free Maiden for me and Henri's anniversary 1 year. The chain that this is on is by Bobble Bar. It is gold vermeil, and my goddaughters gave me that for Christmas. Same earrings that I always wear, y'all. Hoops by Madewell. Other places, I won't go through that. Y'all already know, okay? Wrist is the same as yesterday. And then shoes are by Valentino. These are the B logo sandals. They come in a bunch of colors. I will probably get either a black pair or a clear pair this year because I absolutely love these sandals. I've actually worn them so much, y'all, until the buckle has split and I need to get them repaired. Other thing I want to share with y'all, because someone asked me about fragrances recently, and obviously I wear a fragrance every day. I'm a woman from the South. I grew up before I got on the school bus, giving my grandma and my granddaddy a hug and a kiss, and my granddaddy would always say, "Do you have on some perfume?" Y'all, I was 5. But you know, it's just we have this belief that certain things make you a lady, okay? I'm not trying to get into gender norms, because we could have that conversation all day. But in a Southern way, certain things make you more, you know, feminine. And so I wear perfume every day, but I don't always talk about it, so I want to get better at that. And I am wearing the Cartier Baiser Voilé. Pretty sure I'm mispronouncing that, okay? But this was a sample that I actually got from Cartier when I got my Just Unclus. Look at how big this is, y'all, to be a sample. And I've had my Just Unclus for a year and a half, actually almost 2 years now, and I haven't even used it halfway. They gave me 3 full-size samples like this of different fragrances. This is the one that I love the most because it's the lightest and it's super floral. So if you like floral fragrances but not too sweet, more floral and fresh, this is a really good one. And that is today's OOTD. I will show you the bathing suit when I get to the beach. Girl, get into the hat. Okay, last time I saw y'all, I was supposed to be going to the pharmacy to grab a couple things and then going to breakfast at the hotel. That did not happen because I detoured to a vintage shop, and I'm not supposed to be shopping, but girl, it was so cute. It's called Vice Versa. If you are ever in Puerto Rico, in San Juan, it's on Louisa Street in the Contenado neighborhood, I think is how it's pronounced. Walking distance to the Dreamcatcher. And girl, it was just like hitting gold. I was so surprised. I mean, they had everything from Jimmy Choo to Loewe shoes. They had vintage Gucci luggage. I was like, Narnia? Did I just walk into Oz? It was so interesting. Anyway, so even though I'm a no-buy girl, I used to have a hat like this and it flew away in Curacao. It flew away in the ocean. And so I felt like, you know, I had to get a replacement, obviously, and support local business, obviously. But girl, let me tell you what the it piece is. I don't know if I'm gonna find something this good for the rest of the year. So it was no way I was gonna leave it there. Girl, get into this vintage Yves Saint Laurent blouse. Do you see this Victorian blouse, girl? It has a collar and it has a ruffle that's inside of it. Balloon sleeves, gathered at the wrist. I tried this thing on, girl. It has double buttons down the front. Lord knows it was my size. It was a 38. 100% silk, girl. $175. I said, go ahead and ring this thing up. I said, you gotta, ma'am, I need this today. And they had some jewelry in it that I liked as well, but I was like, I'm already not supposed to be shopping, so let me get back on the horse. You know, relapse is part of recovery. So going through my 12 steps, So, but I had to get that blouse. And if I wouldn't have gotten that, I feel like y'all would have drugged me and been like, shy, let's be reasonable. But anyway, while I was over there, I stopped by an amazing little restaurant, had some mofongo. It was time. I've been in Puerto Rico for 12 hours. I needed some mofongo, and I got it with shrimp. And it is so delicious, as I remembered. Okay, I just am in heaven right now. And I sat there thinking to myself, I am so happy. Like, this food is good. They made me this amazing passion fruit mojito to go. And I'm about to take this to the beach with me, okay? So let me show you what I'm wearing to the beach. Y'all, my brand new hat, this definitely does not have a brand. I mean, it's just something that I found at a local shop. But if I can find something similar, of course, I will link it. Same Free People, Sunny, same jewelry as earlier, obviously. And then my bathing suit, y'all, is from PQ. I got this from Saks over the summer. I doubt that it's going to still be available, but I wanted to show it to you because it is high waist, but not like above the belly button, at least not on me. And I love that it also has this high leg here. It is super, super soft, y'all. I am big into swimwear that is like soft on the skin, and this definitely is. Just simple, obviously, tie around the top and the back, and then there's like this additional fabric that comes across the top, and that is what I'm wearing. I'm gonna put my sandals back on, put my jumpsuit on top, and that is the look for the beach. I'll probably get a little bit more footage so you can see it in the sunlight, but I at least want to do an OOTD in the full body mirror so you can see the swimsuit. Found out from the founder and the designer of Almasika. Yes, girl, y'all remember Almasika jewelry? She just DM'd me, and sis told me that they actually have Almasika jewelry at a jewelry store here in Puerto Rico. So you already know where I'm going. I'm going to go enjoy my massage. That's gonna be in about an hour or so, and then I'm headed straight I'm not passing go. I'm not collecting $200. We're going straight to that jewelry store so we can see some Almasika pieces live and in color. And I know y'all really go up for the brand. So this is so exciting that we get to see it IRL. All right, so I am going to continue to enjoy time on the beach. Yeah, the rum. And I'll see y'all in a bit. That was absolutely amazing. I just got a massage by a wonderful woman named Rhiannon. I'll make sure I put her Instagram handle down below. You can book her directly if you were in San Juan, or you can go through the hotel, which is what I did if you're staying at the Dreamcatcher. So good, girl. So good. It was a deep tissue massage. She started by asking me if there were any areas that I needed to kind of loosen up or focus on, or had I been having any issues lately. I told her how I had been having sleep issues, and at the end she gave me some breathing exercises. But she started off with lavender, which was absolutely amazing. I don't know how I didn't fall asleep. And it was just full body. She also massaged my scalp and my ears. Girl, I felt like I wanted to just crawl in fetal position and fall asleep. It was so good. And during the massage, it started to rain. And so we also kind of heard the sound of the rain. She, of course, brought her massage table, but also a speaker that was playing music. And so it was just so relaxing and calming the whole time. And it was an hour massage for only $100 in room. You already know what that kind of experience would have cost someplace else. So I am sitting now in a hammock in the room, in the corner, just going to take a little breather, hydrate, and then jump back into editing tomorrow's YouTube video. I want to make sure I have all the edits done and the process of it downloading is taking place, because I can never really tell how long that's going to take based upon my computer and the internet. I don't want no problems, because this trip is stress-free. And so I'm going to do that before I head over to the mall, to the jewelry boutique that I mentioned to you, which I'm very excited about. So I will see y'all next at the jewelry boutique looking at some Almasika.
You're the only thing I think of. In the morning when I'm yawning, when I wake up, I've been thinking that it's something I can fight for. Maybe something I would even give my life for. And I'm dreaming of a new start. Something telling me that I should cop a new heart. On the elevator going to the wrong floor. I'm a gluttonous for punishment, I want more. But I'm gonna break all the rules. I'ma work hard and pay all of my dues. My name is Bishop and I got the juice. I am somebody you don't wanna lose. Fingers is bloody.
Hey good people, today is Sunday. It is our last day in Puerto Rico. And I'm feeling good. Got up this morning, had some watermelon and lemon juice, girl, fresh squeezed, and just some toast, because what we're doing today is heading down to Old San Juan, and we are going to do a food tour. So I didn't want to have a lot to eat, but I had to put something on my stomach. So I hopped over to the mall yesterday, as I mentioned to y'all, and I went to Reinhold Jewelers. First of all, let's talk about this jewelry store. Whoever is doing the buying, they get it. They get it. I found so many brands that I had never even heard of, never knew to look for. All fantastic, all fabulous, and I should have known that, being that they carry Almasika. And before I could even get to the Almasika counter, I was stopped dead in my tracks, because right before me I saw Mateo New York. And y'all know I also included Mateo in my luxury wish list for the year. Girl, Mateo, they didn't have any of the Mateo initial rings, but what they did have was this beautiful necklace with a lapis round pendant. Now, I've never seen that before, and I usually stalk their Instagram, I stalk their website, and I think it was there just for me. All $5,000 of it. And so what I love is, y'all know this link of the chain is pretty popular now. I don't know if it's a trendy thing or not. I don't know if jewelry can be trendy, but for me, I mean, it is 18 karat gold, so it seems like a piece that's you know, worth the investment. And so it had this like a large link chain. The drop was pretty long. I don't remember how long she told me it was, but I love the fact that it sat longer than my other necklaces, but you could also shorten it. The round lapis pendant also has flecks of gold in it, which was so spectacular, and then diamonds across the top or around the top. So it almost looked like an abstract picture of the earth, if that makes sense. But the blue was just so remarkable. So good. So we held on to that. And then we made our way, again, before we could even get to Almasika, out the corner of my eye, out my other eye, I see Masika. And it might be Messica, but let's just go with Masika. I see Masika, and girl, they had some of the most amazing pieces there. Many more than the Neiman Marcus near me, where I first discovered the brand. But what I fell in love with was this malachite and diamond ring. And of course, as soon as I put it on, immediately the diamond in the center, which one of y'all told me is called the channel setting, began to move. Girl, that thing was just fluid. It was flowing. It was flowing. Now, when I turned the camera on to film it, it stopped moving, but I promise y'all, it was flowing. Me and sis was vibing. And the diamonds that outline it, it's just so good. It's so good. And for me, I don't do like little dainty type of like thin rings. Most of my jewelry tends to be more chunky and substantial. And when I looked in the mirror, that ring along with my David Yurman origami ring just looked so good together. I was like, oh, this is gonna be so hard, y'all. It's like I'm loving everything, okay? So I fallen in love with the Mateo piece. I think it was $5,500. And then we have the Masika malachite ring. That one was like $2,700. And then I said, okay, I'm ready. Let's go do all Masika. So we go, and it was everything that we've talked about down in the comments. So happy that I was able to see those pieces in person, especially to get a feel for the size and the scale. So for example, the cone pendant, I think it's called the Vici, comes in different sizes, a smaller one and a larger one. It also comes with diamonds and without diamonds. They didn't have the emerald one there, but they also had the cuffs. They only had one ring. She was cute. They had some of the earrings as well. And what I actually loved, y'all, and I'm so happy I was able to try it on, I went in there thinking that the Vici pendant, the cone, was going to be it. I actually like the circular pendant a lot more, and I surprised myself. It probably looks a little funny on me because I am wearing my other necklaces from last night. So I would have to either, if I wanted to wear all three together, I would just get a longer chain. If not, I'm fine with just layering it with two, or maybe putting a longer one on top. Ooh. What if you did that circular pendant? If you did that with that Mateo New York lapis? Eat the girls. We're not playing with people. It's 2022. We're not playing, okay? Y'all want the smoke, I'm gonna bring the smoke. And that's what the tribe is going to do. We're going to show up, we're gonna be glowed up, and we're gonna show out. And that jewelry for me was just it. Now there were a bunch of other brands in there as well that I'll just show you a little bit of background on. I don't remember all of the names. Again, these were brands and pieces that were just statements that I had never ever seen before. I did get an essay's information that I'll make sure I put down below. They ship, they have a great website, they have Instagram. And so if you just want to explore jewelry a bit more this year, I feel like Reinhold Jewelers is where to go. It's not your typical standard, although if that's what you're looking for, you can find it there. So they have a whole Tiffany section, they have a whole David Yurman section, but then they have these smaller, more like independent designers that they have housed throughout the boutique, and it was just phenomenal. And the customer service was really great too, so shout out to them. I put a few things on my wish list, and of course I'll keep y'all updated to see how things shake out. I hope I'm in focus, girl, because I'm running late and I do not have time to refilm this. But it is 9:23 now, and I am doing the food tour at 10, so I'm about to get out of here, girl. I wanted to do yoga this morning, and honestly, I just didn't have time because I had to get all of my things together. Checkout time is 11, and I won't be here. So I'm going to store my luggage. I put the clothes that I'm going to change in at the top of my suitcase, and I will come back and grab those things. I plan to probably spend the day in San Juan. I could always go back to the beach. So it just kind of depends on how I am feeling, like what I feel like doing after the food tour, which is over at 1. So let me show you what I am wearing. A bit more kind of like vavooned today, just because I know San Juan is so beautiful with all of the colored buildings, and so I just kind of wanted to have a pop to go against the background. Let me show you the outfit. Makeup is pretty simple today, as it has been the entire trip. Again, it is very hot outside and humid, and so I'm not trying to melt my face off. I literally just put a little bit of the Bite Micellar foundation on my fingertips and rubbed it into my skin. Threw on a lash, just because, you know, we can't be a bald head scallywag our whole lives, so you just gotta add a little bit of volume up in here. Although I am gonna be wearing sunnies today. I have a very like almost translucent gloss on. You can't really see it on camera. It definitely is a lot more pink, but something simple. Earrings are by Sylvia Toledano, who for some reason I called Maria Toledano in a video recently, and I was like, why did I mess up a lady's name like that? Her lady's name is not Maria. Sorry, Sylvia. And I have found similar ones to these. She does a lot of malachite, so I will definitely link those down below. As you can see, the malachite is here. Same wrist I've been wearing. The only thing different that I did, y'all, is the Hermes Click Clack, okay? The top, which is the star of the show, is by, I never know if it's called AJE or Aj, but that's what the top is by. It has this crisscross and this ruching with these very large sleeves. The back has a zipper and it has buttons, and the buttons, for whatever reason, they don't like stretch. The loop that they go in don't stretch, and so I just did the top 2 and left the rest in like open. Thank God it has a zipper, so I'm not gonna come out. But without ombre here, I'm not fighting with all them daggone buttons. And then the shorts, I should have actually brought other shorts, because these are a little long, but this is what we have, alas. They are, I shouldn't say they're long. I think the proportion works, but they're a little big. That's what I mean. They are by Zara. I got these at the end of summer because I wanted another just pair of basic shorts in my wardrobe. Shoes are the same Bottega slides that I have been wearing all weekend, and this is the look. Let me get the camera to focus. From head to toe, it's one of those like I tried but I didn't, but I'm giving you a little pizzazz and sass, but I'm not. Yeah, that's what I was going for today. So I will see y'all in Old San Juan. today has been a very eventful day. The food tour was interesting. We visited 4 different restaurants. We started off with coffee, and we got a whole history of coffee in Puerto Rico and the type of beans that are used that are native to the island. We had a little small ham and cheese sandwich that had powdered sugar on top, which was delicious. We left there and we went to a second restaurant. That restaurant, we had a Cuban sandwich with a cocktail that was made from a Puerto Rican passion fruit rum, beer, and passion fruit juice. That actually was the best part of that restaurant because we had another sandwich and I was like, why are we eating 2 sandwiches back to back? That didn't make any sense to me. But it was a tasty Cuban sandwich. I love Cuban sandwiches. And then the third place we went to was the best. That place is in Old San Juan. I will try to put the name of all the restaurants that I visited, y'all, in the description box because Lord knows I do not remember them. But it was basically a place that focused on chocolate. And they created what they called a chalupa. But the outside of it was a mashed plantain. It was tostones, so fried plantain that had been mashed, and the inside of it was pulled pork. It was pico de gallo that was made with pineapple and a few other things, and then the sauce was like a hot sauce, but it was made with chocolate. That was delicious, and they only gave us one little small taco, and I was like, okay, y'all are petty for this, okay. And then we rounded off the tour by visiting a place. It was, I think, the restaurant adjacent to a hotel, and that was swordfish, like grilled swordfish on top of a butternut squash mash. And I'll be honest, I was very disappointed in that because I didn't understand why it had no flavor. I said, y'all ain't got no Laris back there? I mean, aren't islands, were they not colonized for spices? I was really confused. I was really confused by that. So that wasn't my favorite, but then we had a very small portion of flan, and that was tasty. And I think we also had another cocktail there, but I don't remember what it was. Overall, I would say probably what you're paying for with the tour is the history lesson that comes along with it, and I'm not someone who really needs that in real time. That's what I feel like Google is for, me personally. So it wasn't worth $129, but it was definitely nice to visit Old San Juan again after such a long time. But in hindsight, I probably could have just spent the day at the beach. So I'm already planning for my next trip to do so. Oh, and by the way, the portions were small, and I thought, okay, that's good because you don't want to get too full on a food tour. Girl, the tour ended at 1. I sat down with y'all to actually do the YouTube premiere. You know, I always post on Sundays at noon, so noon Eastern. So I sat down 1 Puerto Rican time to chat with y'all in the comments, and somebody was actually like, Tashara, are you really in these in this premiere chat right now? You're on vacation? And I was like, I know, but I just love y'all so much. So I chatted with y'all. I had a drink at La Factoria. It was a lavender mule. That was really good. All the cocktails that I've had here have been exceptional. So sat down and we watched the video together, and by the time I got up and made it back to the hotel, I was starving. I was like hungry. So I just went to a restaurant called Arket, I think is what it's called, that's not too far away from the Dreamcatcher. Literally, like, you walk out and it's across the street, across the main road. And it was delicious. It is actually a stuffed avocado, and in Puerto Rico as well as Florida, they have the larger avocados, not the Haas avocados they sell in the grocery store in most places. These are the big ones. And I was so excited when they brought that out because that's my favorite kind of avocado. That's what I grew up eating. My grandparents still have an avocado tree that bears fruit, and my grandfather is so proud of his avocado tree. So it was stuffed with shrimp with some, you know, spices and some sauce, and then the tostones on the side with, I think they call it mayo ketchup, which is the sauce. Great, but those tostones, they fill me up. So I only ate like half of it, and I'll take the rest of it with me. I'm sorry to be that person. I'm not gonna eat it on the plane, but I definitely will have me a little snack before I get on it. And that is it, good people. Thank you so much for rocking with me on this solo trip. Although I have been alone, it's felt like I've had folks with me because, you know, I got my YouTube tribe with me. And even though you can't talk back in real time, I'm imagining your responses, okay? I think Ray and I are going to be back very soon, probably over President's Day weekend. Listen, I'm not doing the cold. I'm not interested. It is again snowing in the DC metro as we speak. I cannot do it, and it is against my well-being. So we may be coming back next month. We'll see. If we do, I doubt I'll be creating as much content because I think I need a little bit of time to completely decompress. I didn't take a break over the holidays. I haven't actually taken a break from YouTube content all year. I just realized that. So I should probably take a little break. I should probably take a little vacation. So that may happen the weekend that Andre and I come back. Of course, the location is going to be the Dreamcatcher because it's a vibe. It is an absolute vibe. All right, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you good people across the internet. Peace.